Have you ever wondered how you could charter your own yacht? Well, today we're going to be sharing with you our story and how we got into chartering yachts and how you can do it too.
Hey, my name's Cade, this is Lavinia, and we're going to be telling you guys our story about how we got into yacht chartering, and hopefully that can help you get to a place where you could charter your own boat as well. Our story starts when I was about 12 years old on Christmas morning. We're at my grandpa's house, having Christmas, and on the door is a knock. We open the door, there's a police officer there with a package, and he says, "Can you get this package to your grandpa?" And he was super serious. And at the time, I was little, I was freaking out. I was like, okay. So we run to my grandpa with this package. He opens it up, and inside is a DVD. And he tells us to pop it in. So the family all gathers around, and we put the DVD in, and we start watching it. On the screen, this lady comes up and she says, "Hello, my name is Agent Yada Yada. I am a secret agent who works with your grandfather, and your grandfather has selected you as a family to all go with him on a secret mission to save the planet, stop bad guys, and find some buried treasure." In that video, she said that we as a family were all gonna go on a yacht charter together to undercover stop this bad guy from destroying the world or something like that. And that was my very first yacht chartering experience. My grandfather had been sailing his whole life, would sail all the time on different charters, and he decided to start taking us as a family along for the ride on some different vacations. He wanted to make it fun on Christmas as a surprise for us as the secret agent theme. And we continued to do that for a couple years. Super fun. Well, one day I met this beautiful and amazing girl, Lavinia, and we decided we want to get married, and we started to plan out our honeymoon. And I always loved chartering boats, but had never done it by myself. So when I was looking up different honeymoon destinations, the US Virgin Islands, where we had sailed growing up, came up as a really great option. My only concern was I had never captained a boat by myself and was really nervous about it. So I ended up calling my uncle, who had been on the trips the whole time, and he told me that we 100% could do it. We don't need a license, and we should just give it a go for our honeymoon.
My concern was that I'd never been on a sailboat before, so I didn't know if I wanted to jump right in for our honeymoon to give it a whirl.
After going back and forth for a while though, we decided that we'd want to just go for it. So the first half of our honeymoon, we actually stayed at a resort, and the second half, we said, let's get adventurous and let's try out being on a yacht for the week. So stayed on the resort, and it was amazing, really, really fun. And then we started to get, I think, more increasingly nervous as the second half of the honeymoon came up, because now we're gonna have to charter this boat. And like I said, I don't have a license. She had hardly any experience at all on boats and had never been on a sailboat before. And here we are now about to take this boat for the first time. And when we get there, they told us that we have to take a test and we have to pass it in order for us to be able to take the boat out for the week.
Before then, Kate had prepped me a little bit on what it would look like to be on a sailboat and what type of maneuvers we might have to do. When we got on the boat and started the test, I was the one who got to drive, even though I had never driven a boat before. But Kate did really well with the lines, and we were able to work through it no problem.
The local captain who was doing the test honestly wanted us to succeed. He wasn't wanting us to fail, so he was cheering us on the whole time and made the experience great. Within an hour and a half, we were turning back around, heading back to the harbor, and as we were getting close to one of the docks, he literally just jumped off our boat onto the dock, turned around, waved at us, and said, "Have a great honeymoon." And just like that, we passed the test and we were off. And like Lavinia said, she had never driven a sailboat before. I was just running around trying to figure out the lines, but we ended up having the most amazing honeymoon. And while the resort was really great, it was super fun for us to have a yacht to ourselves for the week on our honeymoon to sail around in. Going from that trip, it gave both of us the confidence to start doing it more. And we ended up going on further trips where we started to involve our friends with us, where I'd be the captain, Lavinia be the first mate and cook.
Each trip we got a boat that was just a little bit bigger, and we invited more friends along. And as we did, our experiences grew and grew, and we felt more and more comfortable being on these boats, more and more comfortable exploring islands and enjoying the time out on the water.
At this point in this video, we've gone on over dozens of yacht charters, and one of the craziest things to me is that we actually still don't have a single license. Neither of us have any certifications or license for sailing, for being captains, for driving boats, or anything like that. We just have our experience and our resume, and you can jump into it the same way we did. We went into it with just a little bit of experience. Lavinia had never driven a sailboat before. I had never captained my own boat or been charged. I never owned my own boat. We just jumped in head first. And because of the team that we worked with down there and just some, YouTube and brushing up on things, we were able to learn pretty quickly how to do it. And you can do it as well.
This is something that's completely doable. If you've ever had the dream or idea or desire to be on the water, on a boat, and just exploring islands, then you really can do it without any experience. It's not too difficult.
Throughout our time of chartering lots of boats, we've had a lot of different questions along the way, and that inspired us to want to start our own YouTube channel to talk about all the things that we've learned and hopefully inspire others to want to charter their own boat for themselves. If you check out some of our other videos, we have different videos on tips, tricks, and tools to help you get on your feet to chartering your very first boat for the first time, or just being able to learn more about the chartering world in general.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope to see you in the next video or out on the water.
See ya.